This is our third big crypto news story today. This one focusing on Kraken. I did do videos earlier on BNB as well as with Bittrex Global if you guys want to check those out. And with this article from CoinDesk, I will include a link down in the description below. Feel free to share with us your thoughts down in the comments. And let's go ahead and get started. Kraken accused by the SEC of operating unregistered platform improperly mixing customer funds. The U.S. crypto exchange is the latest targeted by the Securities and Exchange Commission in a series of similar actions being fought in court by other companies. Kraken has joined Coinbase and Binance as targets of Securities and Exchange Commission accusations that the companies are operating without properly registering as securities businesses in the U.S. The SEC highlighted a long list of tokens it considers securities that Kraken traded, each of which has now made multiple appearances in SEC enforcement actions. Crypto exchange Kraken commingled customer and corporate funds while operating as an unregistered broker, clearing agency and dealer, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, alleged in a new lawsuit Monday. The federal regulator claimed that the San Francisco-based company violated federal securities laws in a repeat of its suits against other crypto trading platforms. Unique to Monday's lawsuit are claims that Kraken created a, quote, significant risk by commingling up to $33 billion in customer crypto with its own corporate assets, the regulator said, quoting Kraken's independent auditor. Quote, similarly, Kraken has held at times more than $5 billion worth of its customers' cash, and also commingles some of its customers' cash with some of its own, the suit said. In fact, Kraken has at times paid operational expenses directly from bank accounts that hold customer cash. The SEC claims that Kraken simultaneously operates an unregistered broker, clearinghouse, and exchange echoes its complaints against Binance and Coinbase, two exchanges the agency sued earlier this year. Those suits are continuing. The SEC previously settled similar allegations against Bittrex's now shuttered U.S. wing. The federal regulator, as it has with those previous suits, listed a number of tokens it deemed to be unregistered securities, including the Algorand token, Polygon's Matic, and Near. According to the suit, Kraken took a direct role in promoting these tokens to the investing public. The SEC filing asks to permanently ban Kraken from operating as an unregistered exchange. The agency says it's also pursuing a fine and for Kraken to give back ill-gotten gains. The regulator settled charges tied to Kraken's staking services earlier this year. Okay, so I want to share my thoughts on this just a little bit. When there is malpractice that's going on, I think that the SEC is in the right position to go ahead and enforce policies, especially when it does involve user funds. When we're talking about customer funds being misappropriated, then I think that there definitely needs to be action. What I feel that there's a failure coming in from the SEC is about this identifying of basically everything as a security in the world of crypto, except for Bitcoin. And this is where we're seeing cases like with XRP, aka Ripple, that's going into the courts that should be settling up here within the next several months, coming down with that final verdict, essentially setting the baseline of reference for so many other cryptos. But we've also seen the SEC go into court cases with things like Library Coin, and it didn't work out so well. And so I almost feel like there's this game that's going on personally, where the SEC, while they have other cases that have been going on for years, they could very well set that precedent for all the other cryptos out there. They're trying to get some wins to essentially bring into that case to boost their chances of still coming out victorious, saying like, well, look at the rulings that we had over here. So in those instances, with this, then we should justify over here that that isn't also going on. Gary Gensler has gone before the Congress. He's spoken to them before. They directly asked him about, can you define whether or not Ethereum is a security, the second biggest cryptocurrency? And Gary Gensler couldn't answer that question. So how serious can I, or realistically anyone, take the SEC on how their perception of an enforcement on cryptocurrencies should play out when they can't even answer the most basic of questions of what is classified as a security when it comes to cryptocurrencies. And a lot of these exchanges have actually tried going through proper compliances, but it seems like the SEC decides that they want to pivot and insert some different points of view, even though active communications have taken place between them and some of these exchanges or the representatives from these exchanges in the past, where everything looked like it was totally fine. So these games that the SEC is playing, I don't like them. We'll have to see what happens with Kraken. I did talk about in other videos today with Bittrex Global, as well as with BNB. You guys can go check out those videos. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. I would love to get your opinions on this as well. And that's what I got for you in this video. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to We Love, Victor Vegas, Xmoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. God bless. We'll see you in the next episode.